Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Thank you for joining me in my little corner of the internet where we talk all things planners, fountain pens, and fountain pen inks. Today, I'm trying to find the perfect ink pairing for my newest pen, this Esterbrook Estie in Evergreen. I'm going to do swatches in my Hobonichi A5 notebook with 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. I'm going to use my sandwich bag method, and I'm also going to be doing a quick little writing sample with my Kakimori stainless steel nib, and this is on the River City Pen Co. nib holder. Let's get started. The first ink I'm going to swatch is Diatramentis Edgar Allan Poe. I'm trying to remember now. Where did I get this? I think pen friend sent it. And I had a lovely pen friend who sent me quite a few green inks, 26 to be exact. And they were so lovely. So if you're not familiar with the sandwich bag method, make sure you take a sandwich bag and crinkle it as much as possible to get all of those creases. And then place it on top of your ink sample. And just dab. Or just tap. There you go. And then I'll use my cloth right next to me off camera here to wipe that off. And then there we go. So this is Diatramentis Edgar Allan Poe. Lovely. Next we have Diatramentis Jane Austen, and I really like this one to the point where I tried to find a bottle of it and unfortunately could not find one. So I'm going to make the most of this ink sample. And oh, make sure I don't get excess water on there. And that is a lot of ink. You try not to put as much ink on the page. Like, you don't need a ton of ink to be able to do these swatches. It's actually better if you have less ink, because then you're able to spread it out a little bit more and it doesn't look like a huge blob like that. I'm going to take some from here and go Diatramentis Jane Austen. I really like that one too. Next we have Wearingeul Mad Hatter. This is definitely going to be, oh my gosh, a study of the green inks. So if you are a green ink aficionado, this video is for you. So yeah, less is definitely the way to go here. And rinsing off my pipette. And then using the sandwich bag. I feel like you do get more of a pattern with less ink, and then you can lift it up and add more. See, and then you can get some really lovely shapes. And then I'm going to take a little bit from the bottle. We have Wearingeul. I really like the lighter green shade of this, Mad Hatter. Love that. I cannot wait to see that dried down. Then we have Colorverse Dodong Forest. This was one of my newer inks that I just received from Atlas Stationers. And, ooh, getting water on my paper. I'm trying so hard to be careful around everything because I feel like, knowing me, I will spill. I feel like the sandwich bag also shows off shading properties that you may not always get with like the ornament nib, for example, and shows off the differences with the different greens as well. Oh, got some ink on me. So this is Colorverse Dodong Forest. I've swatched 4 green inks and all of them look so different. Next we have Vinta Carnival. I chose this one because there are still some lighter parts of the pen. And I want it to be open to all the greens that were in that resin. And what I've really discovered in the last few months here is how many beautiful greens there are. And it's just so lovely that we get the opportunity to just try so many different ones. So this is Vinta Carnival. I got this from Pen Friend, actually, that they were no longer wanting to use it. So I was like, I will take that off your hands. Vinta Carnival. Lighter, but it could possibly work. We never know. Then we have the only shimmer ink of the bunch. This is Jacques Herbin Vert Atlantide. I tried this ages ago, and oh, I got some on there. I tried this ages ago and had it in a pen a while back, but I was given another sample of it by a pen friend. So I feel like it's a new sample. It's not the same ink. Gosh, my desk is so messy. You don't see what's outside of the camera, thankfully, because my desk is like crowded with stuff. I have a separate desk for work, and I'm glad that I have the separate desk for work, because otherwise I think it would just be way too much for me. So this is Jacques Herbin Vert Atlantide. Wait for that to dry to really see the shimmer. I really like that, but I think it might be leaning a little bit more blue than what the pen calls for. Then we have, this is number 11, but on my little legend here, this is Lamy Crystal Peridot. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I will pronounce it both ways. Somebody did correct me in a previous video, and now I can't remember. It's a lovely darker green. I'm just looking at the inks already on my page, and I'm just amazed at how different they look. All the greens. And I love the sandwich bag method because this does not require any bougie equipment. It's literally a sandwich bag that you can grab from your pantry. And you want it to look like it's been used. So this is Lamy Peridot. I'm so sorry. Then we have, this is number 22. This is Sailor 50 States, North Dakota. This is probably the lightest one of the bunch, but I wanted to include a lighter ink in here to see if this could possibly work. You can already tell it's going to be so much lighter than all of the other ones. But I wanted to try something a little different and see if that could work. And putting some, cleaning that off. I'm going to take some from here and write with it. So this is Sailor 50 States, North Dakota. Might be too light. I don't know. We'll see. Now we have Lennon Toolbar Bird Monster. This was given to me by pen friend Ina, and I love her taste in greens, green inks, green pens. Like, her collection of green is like literally the greatest. And I love the little bottles that she gave me of the green inks. And Lennon Toolbar Bird Monster is a wonderful ink. Let's get this down here. Oh, there goes Lucy. I don't know who she's barking at. Okay, I like the shade of this one. Where do I write? Linen Toolbar Bird Monster. Oh, that's so pretty. I really like that one, although it may not be a match, but I really do like that one. And then last but not least, we have a Diamine Canal Side. Now, before I did this, I did go through all the greens in my collection and try to see which ones would be Now, before this video, I did go through all the greens in my collection to try and find the ones that would be the best match. And I'm actually so surprised at how many greens that I do currently have. Some would not have been a match at all, I don't think, while others were, like these ones, were much better. But it's still amazing to me how different these all are. Fun, just so fun. And I remember saying to many of you in my videos that I just wasn't into green inks. And then look at me now, how times have changed. Lovely. That one might have a little bit of sheen in it as well, though. So I'm going to wait for all of these to dry, and then we'll make our final decision. All right, so the first 4 inks have dried, and we've got, there we go, Diamine, Diatramentus, Edgar Allan Poe. I think these two match really, really well. Like just all the tones and the greens of Diatramentus, Edgar Allan Poe just match with everything in this pen. Then we have Jane Austen. I feel like this is a little bit warmer than what I'm going for in this pen. Then let's look at Wearingeul Mad Hatter. I really love the way that that shades. There's a lot of gray in there, but I don't think it's a match for the pen. Culliver's Dodong Forest, lighter than what I'd like to go for, but still very pretty. I don't think, I was going to say, like, some of the lighter tones might match really well, and actually some of the lighter tones might match with Mad Hatter as well, but I don't know. What do you think out of those 4? Out of those 4, my first choice would probably be Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah. So for the next 4 inks, we have Vinta Carnival or Carnival. This one has a little bit more teal and blue going on in there than I think the pen has, although in some of the lighter areas, that matches actually really well. Look at this area compared to that. I think that goes really well. Then we have Jacques Herbin Vert Atlantide. I originally thought this was going to be a good match because of the gold trim on the pen with some of the shimmer, but the shimmer is actually a different shade of that gold, and I don't know. I don't think that would actually be a good match. This is leaning more towards the teal rather than the green and the evergreen. Then we have Lamy Peridot. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This green I feel like is brighter rather than the green that's in here. It could definitely, like the writing sample I think could definitely be a good option, but the swatch itself I think is a little lighter. Then we have Sailor 50 States North Dakota. I think it actually could go with some of the lighter areas that we're seeing in here, but I don't know. When you turn the pen a certain way, the light in there does match with this ink. It might be a little bit too light though. And then last but not least, we have Linen Toolbar Bird Monster and Diamine Canal Side. This I think could go really well with the lighter parts of the resin in here, but then I think Diamine Canal Side is leaning a bit too warm for this pen. Oh, this is a tough choice because these are all such great inks. Those are all the inks that I think would really go well with the Esterbrook Evergreen, and it's always so fun to do a little green ink exploration and just to see how different they actually are. My top 2, well, I say top 3 choices are probably going to be Diatramentus Edgar Allan Poe, Wearingeul Mad Hatter, or even Vinta Carnival. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe. Thanks again and have yourselves a great day.